The TV icon did not witness in his penal test in a Norristown, Pennsylvania, court building, and he sat quietly via more than rather than 2 weeks of emotion evidence of witnesses and brutal crucifix examination of his law firm. He didn't noticeably respond while the jury trial found him those guilty on 3 counts of amplified obscene attack. But protocol after, prosecutorial requested the magistrate to cancel Cosby's collateral since, they told, he had a individual aircraft and might skip city. Cosby erupted. How time had been year in the manufacturing. The way in the direction it began in Cosby's household 14 year back, an injury its way via a civilian community, a comic stand-up instrument, many decades of brave females' testimonials, and a trial. The attack/strong one overnight in January 2004, a Shrine College females basketball game servant mentioned Andrea Constand attended Cosby's household external Philadelphia to ask for carrier consultation. She had been tense, she said him, so he proposed her 3 dark blue pills how he told would tranquility her. These are yours friends, they will get the end away, he told, on to her evidence. She testified how she saw the famous comic and shrine guardian as a coach. So she took the pills. Soon following, she began to sense woozy and stain her speech, she testified. Cosby managed her to a sofa as she slipped in and out of mind. This following item I remember is, I was type of jolted wake, and thick felt Mr. Cosby on the sofa near me, over me, and my vaginal was creature riddled rather decisively, Constand testified. I thick felt my breasts creature affected, and he took my brush and located my brush on his penile and masturbated oneself in my brush. She testified how she thick felt disabled and couldn't struggle behind. I requested it to halt. I couldn't say whatever, she told. I was hard to get my hands to go, my legs to go, and the communication fair wasn't received down there. I was poor, I was halt and I couldn't struggle him away. The open secret precipitation/strong Constand abandoned her job at Shrine quickly following, an excited behind household to her home Canada. But following more than rather than a year of wakeful nights, she went to police force and said them Cosby had assaulted her. Montgomery Shire prosecutorial at the period rejected to folder extortion versus Cosby. She later sued him in civilian trial, and the two achieved a community in 2006 for $1 millionth. Cosby did not recognize any offense in the instance. He did, yet, offer a precipitation in that he acknowledged how he had derived quaaludes, the strong sedation drugs, to offer to female he requested to include sex in the history. How precipitation would stay open secret for nearly 10 years. And out of penal extortion, the history passe off. Cosby renewed his part as one of the largest favorite and portrait celebrities in the planet, a man affectionately named as America's Daddy for his depiction of the pullover-loving precipice Huxtable on This Cosby Show, one of the at first main TV shows to characteristic a dark top middle grade household. The growing clearance/strong in 2014, comic Hannibal Buress executed a usual contrast Cosby's ethical stances in the concoction versus him. Google draft Cosby rape her, he said the auditorium. Live video of the act went virus, and as more than human beings scientific on the concoction of sex offense, more than female boldly came striker in their own terrible stories. More than rather than 50 female tell out versus Cosby, lot in unusually such stories on his estimated actions many decades back. He gave them drugs, they became disabled, and he assaulted them, they told. He firmly rejected the concoction, and charged the female of manufacturing up the stories. As blood pressure on Cosby installed, a magistrate solved to openly produce the precipitation in that he tell of his use of quaaludes. How precipitation was key to the Montgomery Shire attorney's judgment to resume the instance and folder penal extortion versus Cosby in December 2015, fair a monthly up the status of limitations in Constand's instance overdue. At the other test, Constand's evidence was bolstered by some female who as well told Cosby besotted and assaulted them in early incidents. Prosecutorial told these preliminary bad acts witnesses showed how Cosby's actions in the direction constand were a portion of a design and not a time error. The court sentence strong those guilty. Those guilty. Those guilty. How disgusting sentence inflicted a noisy response of Lily St. Bernard, who charged Cosby of attack and has been at both of testing. She and some female went out in the court corridor, comprehensive and weeping burst into tears of pleasure. They did not witness in the penal test versus Cosby. But the sentence tell immediately to their experiences, they told. Present the jury trial has shown how which the Me Too motion has, been, proverb is how female are decent of creature believed. And I appreciate the jury trial. I appreciate the proceedings, she added. Victoria Valentino, who has charged Cosby of abusing her in the 1960s, told the sentence proven her and all the female who include speak of. We are proven. We are approved, and we are now portion of the tsunami of females force and judiciary. We are not closing upwards, Valentino told, or we're not departure off. Get above he. Gloria Allred, the famous females' rights lawyer who represents female suing Cosby, told the was the happiest she had been in 42 years. We are so lucky how, eventually, we can say female are believed. And not just on number Me Too, but in a trial of law wherever they are by vow, wherever they testified truly, wherever they are attack, Allred told. Following all is told and made, female were eventually believed. The next strong Cosby can't keep his Pennsylvania household and will be adjusted in a GPS display, onto a collateral procedure liberated Friday. His lawyer, Tom Mesereau, told Thursday he plans to circulation really firmly. We are really frustrated by the sentence. We don't believe Mr. Cosby's those guilty of whatever, and the struggle is not above, he told. Among all how say external the court building, Cosby did not say. He damned in trial, later went quiet. The abrupt difference among his blasphemy and his favorite person was testimony how the comic was never the man he depicted oneself to be, Montgomery Shire attorney Kevin Steele told. I wonder you got to see a short type of who he was, Steele told. I believe all got to see who he very is while every of such preliminary bad act witnesses got to witness. The guy was an artist for a length period. Or it was an instrument, he told. It was an instrument.